Right, what is up guys, here on the TomClancyCentral channel. My name is James, you guys another video here today. Sorry it's been a while since I made my last video, I think it's about 3 or 4 days. I've just been busy with school and that sort of thing. But today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the loot box fiasco that's been going along in the gaming world recently, and how Belgium and Hawaii have made this a really important legal issue. This isn't so much to do with Ghost Recon Wildlands, but again, I will be trying to link it as much as I can to the game, as I am predominantly a Ghost Recon Wildlands channel. But this is part of the new gaming news series that I am going to be doing on the channel. If you guys do enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. And well, let's get right into it. So for those of you guys that don't know, Belgium and Hawaii have been looking into the legality of loot boxes in video games, and Belgium have actually decided they think that loot boxes such as those seen in Call of Duty and in the new Star Wars game and in Overwatch to a certain extent are actually gambling. And the new Star Wars game was basically described as a casino aimed at children, which is a terrible thing for a game to be called, and they are looking at making games with those sort of thing in an 18. I think games like FIFA would come into this as well, and they might even be making those games illegal because you don't have a license to sell them. This could be incredibly interesting. Obviously in Wildlands we don't have loot boxes. We've been lucky enough that in the PvP loot boxes aren't a thing, which is really good. It's good to see that games can do that without being without having loot boxes. They can make a game like PvP, a PvP experience without loot boxes. That's really cool. But what is interesting is that the ESRB, which for those of you that don't know, that is the American version of like the rating system, and there are sort of like derivatives from that in other countries. But the ESRB is kind of the main one that sets out the guidelines, and they decided back earlier this year that these loot boxes weren't gambling and that they weren't going to put any restrictions on games that had those in. And people were really annoyed about this because it opened the door for government to get involved with gaming. That is now potentially what's going to happen, and people are really happy and annoyed at the same time. People are happy because loot boxes could be becoming a thing of the past, which would be amazing, but they're also really annoyed because the government now could be getting involved in games, and we know how little the government understands games, and how badly that could affect the market. The whole reason for the ESRB is because gamers wanted an independent body, but that was made up of gamers and people who understood games, to stop it so the government didn't have to police them. They seem to have not done their job, so the government are getting involved. But at the same time though, if this could see an end, or certainly a change to loot boxes, that would be absolutely fantastic. If we go back to games like Call of Duty and football games such as FIFA or Madden or NBA 2K or whatever, if going back to not having any loot boxes or packs or supply drops, whatever you want to call them in them, that would be fantastic. We know there's been such an uproar around how bullshit the supply drop or the loot box system was in Battlefront 2. If this could be the end of loot boxes, that would be great, but at the same time, government intervention in games is never really a good thing, is it? We don't want to have people that don't understand games at all making decisions on games such as Grand Theft Auto, and you have the Mike Pences or the Bill O'Reillys of this world. I know that Bill O'Reilly's not really anything to do with government, but still, you have those sort of people that are just not going to understand games like GTA 5. They're going to think they're terrible things and not get them and get the appeal and get why people play them. We don't want those sort of people making decisions on video games. That could be a really bad thing. But this certainly could be the end of the loot box, but it could also be the end of certain freedoms we have as gamers. Because if Belgium finds these things to be gambling, then it could well like be made law in all of Europe, or certainly in all of the EU, which the UK is still technically a part of, until we leave in 2019. These things could become banned in Europe, and if that happens, and it could also become banned in the States if Hawaii gets what it wants. If that happens, loot boxes, I can't see them being a thing anymore. You can't really have things in one part of an online game that you don't have in another. You can in single player, but not so much in online. And losing markets such as Europe and potentially the United States as well, companies just wouldn't put in loot boxes at all, which could be a good thing, but then again, government intervention could be a bad thing. But anyway guys, that's pretty much all I've got for you today. What are your thoughts in this whole loot box fiasco? Do let me know in the comment section down below. I'm just grateful we don't have them here in Ghost Recon Wildlands. But anyway, if you have enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. If you want more Ghost Recon Wildlands content, do check my channel page. There are loads of videos there. There's over 100 videos there for you guys if you want to so watch. But yeah, thank you so much for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.